ಸರ್ವವೇದಾಂತ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ಗೋಚರಂ ತಮಗೋಚರಂ ಗೋವಿಂದಂ ಪರಮಾನಂದಂ ಸದ್ಗುರುಂ ಪ್ರಣತೋಸ್ಮ್ಯಹಂ. We shall chant from 254. Jati niti kula gotra dhurakam traduragam nama rupa guna dosha varjitam desha kala vishayati vartiyadh Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani Yat param sakala vaga gocharam Gocharam vimala bodha chakshushaha Shuddha chit ghanamanadi vastu yad Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani Shadbhirurmibihi ayogi yogi hrid Bhavitam na karanair vibhavitam Budhya vedhyamanavadhyamasti yad Dhyamanavadhyamasti yad Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani Bhranti kalpita jagat kalashrayam Swashrayam cha sadasad vilakshanam Nishkalam nirupamana vadhiyat Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani Janma vruddhi parinatya pakshaya Vyadinashana vihinam avyayam Vishvashrishtyava vidhada karanam Vidhata karan Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani Astabedamana pasta lakshanam Nistaranga jalarashi nishchalam Nitya muktama vibhakta murti yad Vibhakta murti yad Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani Ekameva sadhaneka karanam Karanantara nirasa karanam Karya karana vilakshanam swayam Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani Nirvikalpakamanalpamaksharam Yatcharakshara vilakshanam param Nityam avyaya sukham niranjanam Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani Yat vibhadi sadhanekadha brahmad Nama rupa guna vikriyatmana Hemavat swayama vikriyam sadha Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani Till here we have seen Yat Vibhadi Sad Anekada Brahmat. This is the one Sat, but which illumines all the plurality, the different objects and emotions and everything. Though they are Brahma, out of delusion, but still without the light of consciousness, all those things cannot be illumined. Nama Rupa Guna Kriyatmana. Meaning what? This world which is denoted by Nama, Rupa, Guna and Kriya is illumined by this pure consciousness. Like how? Hemavat Swayam Avikriyam. Like the gold, the pure consciousness itself is Avikriyam, is not undergoing any change. But in its presence, because of its illumination, the objects are seen and they go through all their modifications. So that is the Brahma Tattvam, and that is my own true self. Iti Bhavaya Atmani. Thus meditate. So we have seen exhaustively in the morning class. Now moving on to the last words in this series. In these 10 verses, this is the last one. Yachakastyana paramparat param pratyaghe karasamatma lakshanam satya chitsukam anantam avyayam brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani yachakastyana param yaparat param ramparat param pratyage karasamatma lakshanam satya chitsukam anantam avyayam brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. See this word anaparam. Satchakasti anaparam. It should be split like that way. Yat chakasti anaparam. Anaparam, this word is from Chandogya Upanishad. It means there is nothing other than it. Anaparam. There is nothing other than it. Yat chakasti, which shines as the self, beyond which there is nothing. Meaning what? That is the supreme, beyond which there is nothing. And parat param. See, generally, the Maya is also called as para only, because comparing to the effects, Maya is the cause. So it is called as para. Parat param means this Brahman or the self is even superior than this Maya Karya, Maya and Maya Karya. So parat param. So the self, which is even beyond this Maya, which causes the whole world. And where is it? Pratyag ekarasa. Ekarasam atma lakshanam. It is within you. Pratyag means within you, in your own heart. As what? Ekarasam, has one without the second. Atmanam, atma lakshanam. It is shining as I in the heart. Atma lakshanam. So this is not anywhere else. Deep in the cave of your heart, it shines as the self. And how is it? Satya chit sukham. The Satchit Anandata Satya Sit Sukham nu solraringa. Satya means that is the truth, the pure existence. Chit Sukham, that is the Sukham which is born out of one's own self. Chit Sukham. Anantam Avyayam. Anantam means it is endless. Anantam, beginningless and endless. Avyayam, which will not perish, which will not change, which will not perish. Immutable. Avyayam. Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani. That is the Brahma Tattvam. Meditate in your heart. So, if somebody asks, if suppose, let us say, there is something beyond or other than or superior than the self, if this question is posed, we need not worry too much, because even realizing the self, the ego is not. Ego dies. So, how do you know there is something else other than the self? There is nobody to know it. See? See, once somebody reported to Gurudev, I don't want to mention the name, Swamiji, this Mahatma says he has found out something superior to this consciousness, super consciousness. What do you say? He said, Gurudev said, first let him discover the consciousness, then we shall see whether there is anybody to know the super consciousness. Meaning what? Even in that pure state, there is no ego. That is, the individual self is gone. So who is there to know something else supreme? There is nobody. So therefore this is the absolute, and beyond which there is nothing. Anaparam. There is nothing which is superior than this. And this shines as that absolute beyond which there is nothing. Anaparam. And Paratparam. And compared to the effects, that's whatever seen in the world, Maya, the cause is called as Param. It is Paratparam. It is even beyond that. So Paratparam. So that is what is your own self, which is shining in your own heart. Aham taya spurati hrit swayam. So that has to be realized as the Atma, the self. So, see, there are two ways. One is na iti, na iti. Whenever you transact with the world, whenever you are living in the world, then the anatma you say, no, not this, not this. But when you are seated in the seat of meditation, you assert, this is the Atma, the self. So all these 10 verses, they indicate what is Atma, the self. So how is it? How it is? So this is how you chant the mantra, and then with the meaning, you lift your mind to that supreme. This is how it is done. Tattvamasi, like Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavaya Atmani. So you should try this. See, when you are taught this, then what you should do is, in your spare time, you should go and sit somewhere and then take a verse and then try to contemplate on it. This you should try now. See, otherwise there is no fun. Just listening and going and sleeping, or going and chit-chatting, or watching something. See, you have to sit and try to meditate on this. Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani. Now, after this, moving on to the 264th verse. Uktamartamima matmani swayam bhavayet pratita yukti bhirdhiya samshayadi rahitam karambhuvat tena tattva nigamo bhavishyati. Uktamartamima matmani swayam bhavayet pratita yukti bhirdhiya samshayadi rahitam karambhuvat tena tattva nigamo bhavishyati. Uktamartam imam. Imam means this, uktamartam, whatever has been explained in these verses. Atmani swayam bhavayet. You have to contemplate within yourself, in the cave of the heart, whatever explained till this point of time in the 10 verses. Atmani means in your own self. It is not for pravachana, to teach others or to give lectures. It is to contemplate. Bhavayet. It has to be contemplated within oneself. Pratita yukti bhidhiya. Whatever suggested, the logic and reasoning given with that. Dhiya, using your buddhi. Dhi means buddhi. Using the buddhi, we have to contemplate. So however it has been revealed, whatever logic and reasoning given, accordingly you contemplate. See? Yukti bhidhiya means what? Yukti bhi. Whatever reasoning given in all these verses about the self, accordingly Using your buddhi, you contemplate. If you contemplate like that, what happens? Shamshayadi rahitam. All the doubts will be smashed. All the doubts will be dismissed. You will not have any doubt about it. And then how it will be? Karambuvat. Kara ambuvat. Kara means hand. Ambu means water. When you have the pure, clear water in your hand, how it is evident? Where is the water? Here, see, this is the water. Where is the water? You will not see. Where is the water? You may not ask. In your hand, in your palm. The water is in your palm. They say, Hastakamalam. This is a different example. Same. Very evident. It becomes so clear. Like the water in your palm. Kara ambuvat. So, without any doubt. Samshayadi rahitam. Samshaya means doubt. Samshayadi rahitam means without any doubt. It becomes very, very clear, like the water in your palm. Ten tattva nigamo bhavishyati. Nigamo bhavishyati means that you will realize the truth. Nigamo, tattva nigamo bhavishyati means you will become self-realized, or you will know the absolute truth with that. So in this verse, it is explained how you have to meditate. In the cave of your heart, within yourself, as per the logic and reasoning given out by these 10 verses, you have to meditate. If you meditate properly, sincerely, then all the samshaya about the Atma, the self, will be removed, and then it becomes very evident like the water in the palm, and then you will reach the tattva nigamaha bhavishyati. You become the realized one who knows the truth. So this has to be done, is what Shankara says. Now, having said that, 2 more verses in this chapter. Swabodha matram parishuddha tattvam Vijñāya sanghe nrupavaccha sainye tadhashrayasvatmani sarvadastita vilapaya brahmani vishvajatam Swabodha matram parishuddha tattvam Vijñāya sanghe nrupavaccha sainye tadhashrayasvatmani sarvadhastitaha Vilapaya brahmani vishvajatam Swabodha matram parishuddha tattvam vijñāya. Having known, having realized, Swabodha matram, Swabodha matram. What is that? It is a pure knowledge, self-knowledge. Matra means that and that alone. Nothing else. So realizing this Swabodha matram, this pure self, parishuddha tattvam, this pure tattvam, parishuddha tattvam, like what? Nripavat sainye. Like you identify the king in the sainyam, in the army. You cannot miss. King means what? He is decorated beautifully and also with Gambiram, and he is the commander in chief. So therefore, he has got a special chariot, no? And he has called special badges, and you cannot miss him. So in the Sainyam, in the army, howsoever soldiers, assembled there, but the king is seen clearly. Like that in Sanghe, see there, in the second line, the second word, Sanghe. Sanghe means what? It is given here, Sharira Indriya Prana Ahankara. Rupa Karya Karana Sanghate. See, in the midst of this confusion called as Deha, Prana, mind, etc., this self cannot be missed. Once when you na iti, and when you contemplate on the self, when you arrive at it, you cannot miss it. Even though the other koshas are there, you cannot miss the self because he is like Raja in the Sainya. In the army, the king is very evidently known. Nobody can miss him. And the Raja Kalaimanga, he has got a Lakshana. The Raja means what? The royal blood, the royal family. He has got a different identity, like, and also he is decorated differently. He has got a very unique chariot, and it is very clearly seen. Nobody can miss him. Similarly, in this Sanghe, in this body-mind complex, you cannot miss the self. It is very clearly evident. Like it is said in the last words, like the water in the palm. It is very clearly evident. Then what you have to do, once when you recognize this self, what you have to do, this is very important. Tada ashrayaha swatmani sarvada sthitaha. Then taking refuge in that Atma, the self, always abide there. Udungi iru. This is very important. Abide there. Swatmani sarvada sthitaha. Sthitaha means what? You be there. Always be there. After recognizing the self, now everything is over. Now I can go and watch a film, and I can party, and I can enjoy my life. Brahma Jnana is finished. So that is done. That is done and dusted. I can go and do other jobs. No. It is not that easy. See, only the half the thing is done. After recognizing the self, what you have to do? Tad ashrayaha. Taking refuge in it. Swatmani sarvada sthitaha. You should try to abide there always. Try to abide there. Because if not, again the ahankara may raise its hood. Yeah, so therefore, odungi again and again try to abide in the self. How? Vilapaya Brahmani Vishwajatam. By merging, Vilapaya means by merging all that is seen in the seer. And the seer also gone. You just abide in the self. Seer means what? That experiencer, I mean. The ahankara, the ego self. So, how will you merge everything in the self? Whatever is seen, heard, etc. through senses, udhasinava dasinaha, don't worry, whatever comes, goes. Then the senses will lose its grip on you. It will just go away. And then the thoughts, udhasinava dasinaha, whatever may be there, how does it matter? Let it come and go. I have nothing to do with that. The thoughts may subside. And then who is remaining? The self is remaining. That is all. How simple is that? Udhasinava das. I have nothing to do with any of these things. If you sit like that, but suppose if your daughter comes in your mind, you cannot say, I have nothing to do with her. No, she is so sweet, but nowadays she is not well, blah, blah, blah. I have to take to a doctor. Gone. See, this is the catch. We get caught somewhere. Swami, then you mean to say that if your daughter is sick, you should not attend on her? No, please, by all means attend on her. It is not that. But when you are sitting for dhyanam, meaning what? You should sit as a seeker. I have nothing to do with the world. I have nothing to do with anything. I am now the seeker, me and my Bhagavan, or me and myself. That is all. That is how you have to sit. So, the senses, they lose its, vicious power to bind you when you just remain indifferent. Similarly, when you're indifferent to the thoughts also go away. So, the secret is be indifferent. Everything. Udhasina vadasina. Because I am the Purna Paramatma, I have nothing to do, I have nothing to lose, nothing to gain, and I don't lack anything, and the world is nothing but the imagination of my own mind, figment of imagination. See, very simple, see. The world or whatever is seen, whatever is known, is figment of my own imagination. Okay? And the Atma, the self, cannot be known. Okay? Then whatever comes, goes, stays. I have nothing to do with anything, and I have nothing to realize also, because I am not bound. There is no moksha. So just sit quiet. That's all. Not to get swayed by the senses, the sense objects, by the mind and the emotions and thoughts in the mind. And not to feel or know or not to believe that I am bound. That is, I am in avidya, I am ignorant. That is the real ignorance. To think I am ignorant, The ignorance cannot be. In the self, the ignorance cannot be. So, this is all a myth. So, there is no ignorance in me, and I am the pure self. I am not bound, and there is no liberation for me. There is no pokku varavu, there is no going or coming, and there is nothing to achieve, nowhere to go, nothing to prove to anybody. I am myself. I am satisfied with myself. Bas. That's all. Nothing else. Unmele solra. There is nothing else. இல்ல சுவாமிஜி சும்மா சொல்றீங்க அந்த காலத்துல 1000 years they have been meditating and all சும்மாவா meditate பண்ணாங்க. See, you have seen some films and you are talking like that, or you must have read some stories somewhere, but you go and discuss with Mahatmas what is actually this. And I really consider my guru, my acharya who taught me as a self-realized master. He has taught me this recently also. He was telling the same. If you remain with an attitude that there is nothing to lose, nothing to gain, nowhere to go, nothing to achieve, and if you remain like that way, not seeking anything in the world, not seeking God, or not seeking the self also, because self cannot be sought, you are that. And that is all. Be happy, eat, sleep, talk. Be happy. Swatmani sarvada siddha means always you be aware. Why we should be aware, For only one reason. Without our knowledge, we get caught somewhere. This is the problem. Because our minds are so gross, tamas and rajas, the vasana is still there, we get caught somewhere. The mind suggests, oh, this is very nice, this is beautiful. In the malls, the big malls they have built, people do only the window shopping. Window shopping means they don't buy anything, they just go to see it. And these fellows also encourage that. Why? When they come and see it, that is kindled, the desire. Hey, nalla irke, poi paapoma. Then you go and see. And then you see the price tag. Sometimes you feel, oh, I have got some excess fund, shall I buy? So see, like that mind suggests, this is very nice. But you have got already something. No, that is old model, That is old model. This is very beautiful, So you buy. Like that mind go on suggesting something. Already you have got a very beautiful wife, like Aishwarya Rai at home. But still mind goes behind somebody else. Oh no, she is better. I made a mistake. See, the mind suggests. So the idea is mind go on suggesting something or other. And you believe it. And you get caught. See? See, this is Maya, you know. The whole world, everybody looked up to Aishwarya Rai. I should have a wife or a girlfriend like Aishwarya Rai. But the fellow who is having Aishwarya Rai, he knows how difficult it is to live with her. I'm sorry, I'm aggressive for the subject matter.
But you talking theory, Swamiji.
Theory and practical. I don't know. Okay, I surrender. Okay, let it be. So the thing is what? The mind go on suggesting and you get caught into the mind suggestions. So we have to be aware and not believe in the mind suggestion and not to get caught in any of the koshas. See, this is the idea. Not to get caught into any of the koshas. So if that is done properly, that is all the sadhana is all about. And you know what? After getting caught only we know where we got caught. Hijacked. Then we say, oh, we have got caught. Then you try to, peel out. And then try to come back. This is how we have to live. This is the only sadhana we need to do. After studying Vivekachudamani, what is Atma, what is Anatma, if you know, whenever the mind gets attracted or attached to the Anatma, you have to peel it out and say, no. Like that you should go on, abiding in the self. When this is done for a long time, when you get the nishtha in it. Nishtha means what? Firm abidance in it. That is it. So what you can do is, another suggestion is, you can allocate some time, maybe in the morning and evening, and practice it very focusedly, intensely. And then while you are living in the world also, without losing the thread of, the contemplation. You can, it is possible with abhyasa. So like that if you live, then it can be done. So very important is, when you go to a place, don't take your camera, always go like this. Because you are not in the present. What you are trying to do, you are capturing it for the future, which you are not going to see. And you are missing out the present. Why can't you see through your eyes and be happy? No, I want everybody to be happy. I want to send everybody. You are losing your happiness saying that you want to send. This is the first and foremost thing. Some youngsters, teenagers, if they run with camera, I can understand. And everything you want to capture. For what? That is memory, creating memories. Memory is ego. And ego is everything. It is a root cause of all. See, I am not saying that you should not take any pictures. Okay, now and here you take some pictures. But some people have got this disease, with the camera only they go everywhere. You see recently, few years back we have taken a senior citizens group somewhere. So there one ayya was always roaming with the camera. Why? Immediately he is uploading everything. And he is sharing. He is not enjoying anything of that place. He wanted only share. So he was waiting for the comments. Enna ellarum solranga. Hare Rama. He is not a teenager. He is 75, 78, I tell you. But they are now very thrilled about the new fanciful toy. So therefore, without that, you try to live in the present. Enjoy the beauty of the present. Be in the presence. Don't become very serious about spirituality. That is ahankara only once again. Becoming serious about spirituality also is ahankara only. Because this ego self somehow wants to know the self. If you become serious, that is the meaning. The ego self should go. So how it will go? By remaining indifferent. Udasina vadasinaha. Then only the ego self will go. I have nothing to do with you. This should be the attitude. If you think I have got something to do with you, I want to reform you, gone. You got caught. If you think you want to reform the ego self, if you want to improve on it, or if you want to teach a lesson, educate, you are gone. I have nothing to do with you, you go and die your death. This is how, that is the real udhasina vadasina. This we can say to anybody else, but not to ourselves, because we are so this thing to ourselves. This is me. So this distance between me and myself, if we can maintain. See? The distance between me and myself, if I can maintain. That is Sakshi Bhavana. That is remaining a witness. But we don't mix up. Kichadi mari aidum ellam. Mix up aayi, adliye moolgi, drowned in that. We get caught and we suffer. And we don't know even why we suffer. And we blame God for that. And we blame our planets. And we blame everything except our foolishness. We don't blame ourselves. We blame everybody. So therefore, this is what has to be done. Vilapaya Brahmani Vishwajalam. So you have to merge everything. Meaning what? By not giving any value to anything, everything is gone. Because you have given value, you are imagining all these things are there. If you don't give any value to anything, if you don't believe in any of these things, you are not imagining. Seeing unreal as unreal is meditation. Nisargadatta says, seeing unreal as unreal is meditation. See, if you know that it is projection of the mind, then you will not give any value to it. You will not take it seriously. So how will you disregard this world which is unreal by not giving any value to it? And when you know that it is just a projection of the mind, you may not take it seriously, no? So that is how you will merge the whole this thing of seeing into the seer. And then the seer also is found to be nothing. There you are. The seer means the ego self. Found to be nothing. Then there you are left there. So that is the truth. Buddhau guhayam sadasad vilakshanam brahmasti satyam paramadvitiyam tadatmana yotra vased guhayam. Ennachu? Punarnatasyanga guha praveshaha buddhau guhayam sadasad vilakshanam brahmasti satyam paramadvitiyam tadatmana yotra vased guhayam punarnatasyanga guha praveshaha. How beautiful, see the idea expressed. Buddhau guhayam, in the cave of the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Buddhau guhayam, in the cave of the Buddhau, in the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Brahma asti, the truth is how? Sad asad vilakshanam, beyond gross and subtle. Sad asad vilakshanam, beyond gross and subtle. Brahma asti, that is the satyam. Parama advaitam, advitiyam. Param advitiyam, one without the second. That is the truth. That is there, param advitiyam. What you have to do? Tadatmana yo atra vased guhayam. So, vaaleல்லாம் சுருட்டிண்டு எல்லாத்தையும் முழுங்கிட்டு அந்த குகைக்குள்ளே உட்கார்ந்திருக்கணும். Meaning what? Giving up all the cheshta of the body mind and merging the whole world within. You try to live in that guha, vased guhayam. You try to live in that guha. Which guha? Buddhau guhayam. In that guha, cave of the heart, or the Vijnanamaya Kosha, If you live there always, then what happens? Punarna tasyanga guha praveshaha. Then you will not come back into the guha. Another guha is mentioned here. That is garbha guha of your mother, of any mother. You will now not come back into the guha of any womb. See? Punarna tasya anga guha praveshaha. Anga guha means what? Womb of the mother. You will not enter into any of the womb, any of the guha. So if you sit in the guha of your own heart, now and here, in the future, you may not enter into any. Anga guha means what? Womb of any of the mother. That guha you can avoid, because once again the same rut. So, how beautifully expressed. Better you stay in this guha so that you may not enter in future any other guha of the human body, of human, of any mother's womb, you may not enter. So, as I told you the other day, it is available in the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Through that only you can reach there. So, there in the cave of the heart, it is shining as I. Parama Advitiyam, no one without the second. So, Atmana means what? Through proper inquiry, with the self-effort, if you remain there, in that guha, you may not in the future enter into any other guha, any other cave. You may not come back. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jadare shayanam. Jadare means the womb. Jadare shayanam. Ihadustare, bahudustare, kripaya pare pahi murare. So it's very, very difficult to cross this ocean of samsara. Kripaya pare pahi murare. O murare, please protect me. That is the prayer in Bhajagovindam. So therefore, better you stay in the guha, which is Ananda Swarupam. See? But if you don't, you will enter into another guha, which is terrible. As I told the other day, it is terrible, it is not very pleasant. It is not air-conditioned room. Please don't have any misconceptions, wrong ideas. It is dark. And there is no ventilation. There is no ventilation whatsoever. No fan or air condition there. And there is no space to move also. And you are not sitting on the ground. You are floating. What? On the urine and feces of the mother's womb. So you are sitting there. Please. And whatever the mother goes through, you also go through. Her emotions. The emotions affect that fetus in the womb. That is why the pregnant women are supposed to keep their cool and listen to the good chants. No, not to watch all nonsensical movies or the serials and all. It will affect the child. Prenatal education is true. So you talk something good, hear something good. So this child is really suffering there. I suppose that is why it is crying when it comes out. I don't know. It's the atmospheric pressure, they say. It cries. It cannot even cry inside. Have you ever seen baby crying from the womb? No. At the most, it can kick the mother. That day onwards, he has started kicking. And he has not stopped throughout his life. Poor mother, she is so patient and gracious. Getting all the kick, she still serves the child, loves the child. That is mother. So don't ever try to come back to any other guha. So that is not, conducive for our happiness. So therefore, very beautifully said, enter into this guha and stay there. Why it is said, because as it is believed, it is not. Once when you know the truth, it is the end of the game. No, it is not. Though it is said that way, it is not. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi makes it very clear. He says, total vasana kshaya, he says. All the vasanas has to be eliminated. Till then, the sadhana continues because there is a scope for you to identify the body mind. Again the ego self can come up, and then again you can get caught. So till you reach the sahaja sthiti, sahaja means what? Natural state where effortlessly you are abiding there and there is no scope for slipping back, meaning there are no vasanas. And mind is totally destroyed. It cannot come back. There is a state there called a sahaja sthiti. Bhagavan says, Ramana Maharshi says, till then this vichara has to be continued. So that is why in the attitude, if you see, we have divided into three parts. One is turning within. That is only when you give up the world and its pursuit, you can turn within. Then seeking the source. So only when you do through proper vichara, you can seek the source and you can go back, go there and know the truth. And after that, abiding in the self is very important. Abidance means what? Being there, stay put, be there. Be there. And that is a real challenge, because it is not over when you just know the truth. You have to abide in it continuously till all the vasanas are exhausted, the mind is totally destroyed, and the ego will not rise again. There is an intermediate stage. That's what Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says. So that is what our Swamiji calls, one who has groomed me. He says, Swami Satyananda Saraswati, he says, one is a jnani and another is pakvi and paripakvi. Pakvam, paripakvam, he says. Paripakvam means what? Very, very advanced, matured. Meaning, the mind will not rise at all. He is a paripakvi. His language is that. Paripakvam, he says. So knowing the self is one, but abiding there continuously without any break, without slipping back is another thing. See, that is what is going to be taken up in the next chapter. Give up vasanas, the method, that is the next chapter. So scientifically the thought has been developed one by one. So we have seen what are the three bodies, that is the not self. And then what is the self is explained. It is beyond the panchakoshas, it is said. Then what are panchakoshas? Panchakoshas are explained. And then what is the self is given out. And then the Brahma Atma Ikya Bodha. You realize the self as your own self is not enough. Brahma Atma Ikya Bodha. Everything is self. The self is self of all should be realized. So they have taken up Brahma Atma Ikya Bodha. So then how to realize that Brahma Atma Ikya Bodha? By continuously meditating that Brahma Tattva is the Atma, the self. And then we have seen 10 verses. And now, after knowing the self, you have to remain there. But the vasanas will not allow. Then how to eliminate vasana, how to handle it, that is going to be taken up now. See? The thought development. So this is how our great masters were approaching the subject matter. Now we think we are intelligent, and they are all foolish. But they were 100 times, 1,000 times smarter, intelligent than all of us. You cannot compare, like glowworm to the sun. Comparing glowworm to the sun. They were brilliant beyond our imagination. They're brilliant. They talk about IQ and all, no? I don't know what is their IQ and all. Maybe that IQ meter may break. If at all there is an IQ meter. Like, measuring BP, if there is an IQ meter, it will break. Okay. Give up vasanas, the method. Vasanadiresha karta bhoktapyahamiti Jnate vastunyapi bhalavati Vasana nadiresha Karta bhoktapi Ahammati Ahamiti, yeah? Ahamiti. Ahamiti. Dridayasya samsara hetuhu pratyak drishtyatmani nivasata sapaneya prayatnat muktim prahustadiha munayo vasanatanavam yat jnate vastunyapi bhalavati vasananaadiresha karta bhoktapyahamiti druda yasya samsara hetuhu pratyak drishtyatmani nivasata sapaneya prayatnat muktim prahustadiha munayo vasanatanavam yat. See, here he is clearly saying jnate vastuni api. After knowing the self also, jnate means knowing. Vastuni api. Vastu means what? The Atma Tattvam. Jnate vastuni api. Bhalavati vasana anadiresha. This vasana which is very powerful, Bhalavati, very strong and powerful. Why? Anadiresha. Because from beginningless, it has been deep inside us. We do not know when we have collected all these vasanas. And how much of vasanas we don't know. We have been living here. So, Bhalavati, it is very strong. Vasana anadiresha karta bhokta api ahamiti dridha yastu samsara hetuhu. It expresses as what? Karta bhokta. I am the doer, I am the enjoyer. Aham, nan, iti. Thus, dridha yasya samsara hetu. It asserts itself very aggressively as I am the doer, I am the enjoyer. It asserts itself aggressively. That becomes the cause for the samsara. Samsara hetuhu means for the transmigration. So, even after knowing the self, the vasanas are powerful. Therefore, again and again they raise their head, saying that I am the doer, I am the enjoyer. You know? And aggressively asserting, now I know the self also, I am a jnani purush. See? I am the guru, Jagat Guru. See, nobody calls themselves the ordinary guru. Suddenly Jagat Guru only. Ananta Shri. 1008 Shri and Ananta Shri. See, I cannot go on calling Shri 1008 times. Na? See, I am not joking. See, recently in Rishikesh, I had visited an ashram. There in the gate, I was wondering what they have written. In Sanskrit, they have written 1008, 1008, and then Shri, and then the name. Meaning, you should not call him just Shri or Shri Shri. 1008 Shri, 1, 2, 3, 4, Japam Panni. And some people still bigger, Ananta Shri, infinite Shri. So you cannot call him at all. First you have to say Ananta Shri. Big egos. Similarly, you know, in the television channels and all, or in the magazines and all, you don't find anybody as ordinary journalist. Everybody is senior journalist only. All are senior journalists. I don't know what is the criteria to call a person a senior journalist. I have never come across a junior journalist at all in my life. Everybody is called a senior journalist. So here also, this Mahatma is not ordinary Mahatma. He is now Jagat Guru. So then the ego is very big. And more the Shishyas who are there ready to serve, more the ego. If he becomes a Madhatipati, Mahamandaleshwara, or Madhadipati, then still bigger the ego. You know what? See, but if you are not aware, this is what happens. So therefore, this ego is not going to go just like that. It is going to assert again and again. At least earlier he was ignorant. So if he was suffering, it can be understood. Now he suffers intelligently because he has become intelligent. Intelligent persons, wise people suffer wisely. I don't know. See, so this vasana is there. So again and again it is rising as I am the doer, I am the enjoyer. This is samsara hetuhu. So what we should do? Pratyak drishtya atmani nivasata. By apprehending the self and living or abiding there continuously. See? Atmani nivasata. By continuously abiding there, sa apaneya prayatnat. Through efforts. Prayatnat means through real efforts. Sa means the vasanas. Apaneya has to be destroyed. So, only when you continuously abide there, in due course of time, all the vasanas are destroyed, annihilated. So, prayatnat means what? With real effort. Prayatnat. Sa means a feminine form. So, I don't know why vasanas are called as feminine form, I don't know. These Mahatmas, they call vasana sa, not saha. Sa apaneya has to be eliminated. These vasanas, Maya also they call as she only. So this vasana has to be eliminated. And Munayo Prahuhu, what they are saying, what the great Munis, great Rishis are saying, Muktim Tadiha Vasana Tanavam Yat. What is Mukti? What is living in Mukti here? It is nothing but Vasana Tanavam Yat. It is Vasana Kshayam. It is annihilation of all Vasana is called as Mukti. That is what the great sages, the great saints, they declare. Prahuhu means they proclaim. What they proclaim? What is Mukti? In fact, annihilation of all the Vasanas. Vasana Tanavam Yat Tad Muktim. That is called as Mukti. So we have reached a point where we have now known the self. We are all enlightened, but still we are unable to abide in the self. So here the suggestion is what? We have to abide, because these vasanas may again and again crop up and put you in the samsara. So be there. Nishtha, Atma Nishtha Bhavatvam. Anma will nittana vain potrukku. In front of my kutiya, there is a hand, and then there is Anma will nittana vai. May you abide in the self. It is not just knowing, it is abiding in the self. So when you abide continuously in the self, then what happens? All the vasanas are destroyed. But for great Mahatmas like Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi and all, just gone, everything. Maybe, I don't know, very, very light something, everything gone. Or he is some unique Purusha, we don't know. But for him, the abidance will happen naturally, spontaneously. With one stroke, it happened. See, nowhere it is said, Bhagavan just slipped little and then he regained his posture, composure, nothing like that. Always he was in that. That is all very, 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 very rare. For ordinary jivas, knowing the self and then again and again identifying, then giving up, then struggling, and then it takes some time to settle down and to gain that abidance.
Doesn't that mean something like from his previous birth, this is all he had to do to enlighten?
Don't know. Because Bhagavan itself is the mind's imagination. No? I don't know. என்ன சுவாமி இப்படி சொல்லிட்டீங்க கடைசியில் அப்படின்னு கேட்டா see, if you do too much inquire into anything, you cannot arrive at anything. You know why?
Mahatmas are very young, very short lifespans. I always thought that they come for the last lap.
But if you go and tell to Ramana devotees, they will kill you. What? Bhagavan has come here with some vasanas or some ajnana or what? No. He is Arunachala himself has come here. See, that is how they argue. So you cannot say anything. That may be true also. We don't know what it is. Has he come? Has he gone? He says, Pokum varavum punarvimilla punyane. So from different standpoints, if you see, there are different things. You understand? The first standpoint is innocently you are asking. So he must have done everything in the last janma. He has he has come. The another standpoint is he is not even a jiva. He is avatara purusha. He is some divine soul, something like that. Or no higher standpoint, if you go ajata vatam, if you go, who has come, who has gone, what has happened. So it's very difficult to say anything concrete. So after studying Vedanta, best thing is Maunam Vyakya Prakritipara Brahma Tattva Vivanu. First it. Shishtante.
Some people say skanda.
Yeah, skanda, some people say. Even after Bhagavan saying, I am the self of all, some people say, no, he is skanda only. No, he is skanda only. I have seen him as skanda. You can see him as anything. You are seeing him as a world. Why can't you see him as skanda? You are seeing him as the world. You can see him as skanda also, Muruga also, Yesu Christu also. Allah you cannot see because he is formless. So that is how people have their own different ideas about Bhagavan. So anyway, you have to abide. We have to listen to this and we have to do as we are told, that's all. So if you ask how the vasanas have come first of all, there is no answer to it. Whether the body came first or the actions came first. See, body is given because of the past karmas, it is said. Without the body, how the first karma would have been done? Then how that body came then? That is why it is said, like the dream, everything is false. If that standpoint is taken, safe. See, you know what? I tell you one thing. This Dvaita religion is very comfortable actually. See, for the ordinary human being, this Dvaita religion is very comfortable. See, there is God and there is a world and you are there, all the jivas are there. So you are suffering, there is a God who will protect you. You pray to him, you worship him. But be good, do good. Then he will take care. Then you can go to heaven or you will go to hell. This is very easy. And there is nothing to break your head now. Very simple, very easy. And some name you chant or whatever prayer you say. And that is very actually comfortable we are. But when you start asking question about the creation, when you start asking question about everything, no answers, proper answers in the Dvaitic religion. Where from Satan has come? When God is there, where from Satan has come? So why God created somebody good, somebody bad? You see, if he is a very, very compassionate person, why there is suffering? Why there is suffering? Why there is strife? Even after me praying, why is he not coming to my rescue? Then they say, you have not sufficiently prayed. You are not praying with sincerity. With Shraddha Bhakti, you have not prayed. All such things can be said, But actually speaking, nobody knows what's happening here, why it's happening. So the comfortable stand for an intellectual person or for a person who is inquiring is this is all a dream, there is nothing to inquire here, get out of the dream. Get out of the dream. Wake up and be free. That's all. Actually speaking, there is no answer to any questions. See, people say, I know everything. Nobody knows anything. Once I asked Guruji, Swami Tejamanji, these Vedavyasa and the other great rishis, they have written so much about this world. Swami, do they know anything about the world? He was startled. Why are you asking this? Because if you say everything is Manomaya, if everything is Karpani, then what are you talking about the world, the creation of the world, dissolution of the world, and so many kalpas, and he came, she came, and then this Manvantara, Manus, this, that. What are all these things? You are saying everything. மார்னிங்கில் வந்து ஒரே அடியாக அடிக்கிறீங்க, there is nothingனு. சாயங்காலம் பாகவதம் கிளாஸில் வந்து ஒரே கல்பத்தை பற்றி, கிரியேஷனை பற்றி, அந்த மனு இந்த மனு வந்தான் போனான், அவன் அவளை கல்யாணம் பண்ணான், இவளை கல்யாணம் பண்ணான், குழந்தை பெற்றான், அது செஞ்சான். Swamiji, please leave us. You should say any one thing, not both. But he said, no. He said, they are all Maharishi. I don't know whether to satisfy me or not, I don't know. No, they are all Maharishis. They know everything about everything. So don't doubt that. Just read the Bhagavatam and just take the whatever is appealing to you. So therefore, there are different standpoints. Whichever is appealing to you, you take it and be happy. Nothing is satisfying you, go and hang yourself. What else you can say? But any one of these things should appeal to you. If nothing is appealing, at least this should appeal, that this is like a dream and nothing can be questioned. You wake up. Who is dreaming to wake up? There is nobody dreaming. Okay, that is Ajatavada, that is also there. Okay, don't wake up. Continue dreaming. No, I am not dreaming. Okay, you are not dreaming. I am awake. Okay, you are awake. Whatever you say, that is all right. Om Purnamadha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.